Welcome, and today I want to show you the concepts about views inside Android. So let's just imagine like this. So our Android application is actually consisting of server of the activity. So this one is an activity. Yeah. Then inside this activity, inside this activity, um, um, we're going to like to build the graphical user interface inside here. Let's just see that this graphical user interface is gonna consist of, let's say, a button. Okay, let's say a button. This one is a button. Okay, then a text field above of the button. This is a text field, so I'm gonna use this one. A text field above of the button. Okay, and then let's say we're going to build a label behind or below the button. Let's say this one is status. Okay, or welcome message. Okay, and we're gonna place is about below the button like this. So we would like to build our this one is actually Android activity. This one is Android activity. Let's say welcome activity. Okay, welcome activity. Then you know um, um first thing first, this one is the view or graphical user interface or the presentation layer of our Android application. Okay, it's gonna include an activity, a text field, input text box, and a button. Then welcome text, and also on the button, let's say we're going to have press me over there. Press me. Okay, press me on the button. Okay, press me on the button. Or we'll fill something like fill the background of this one with some yellow color or so. See. So I have a mock-up of the activity that I would like to make like this, and Android is based on Java, and it is object-oriented paradigms. What that means? In reality, we have some entities. Okay, in reality, we have some entities, and then we're going to Android going to provide you corresponding Java classes to represent this kind of thing. So let's say for the activity, Java will provide you one Java class which is called activity class. So this one I'm going to change this one into black. Okay. Then there is an activity class. Okay. And so inside Android, there is activity class to represent information about this activity, or sorry, to represent about the activity object inside this one. So if you see an activity, actually you see an object of the activity class. Similarly, in order to create a button, okay, Java is going to provide you a class which is called button class to represent information about, or to represent the information or characteristics and behaviors of this button. Okay, similarly, to represent about a text box, okay, Android provide you a corresponding Java class which is called the edit class to represent about that one, to represent about um, a label like this. Android provide you a corresponding class which is called the text field. Okay, text field. Okay, this is the one. Yeah. Then there is another idea is that all these viewing components like the edit text, the button, the text field like this. Okay, the text edit text, the button and text field like this, they are all having comments, behaviors, and some common behaviors and some comments mm, attributes, and that's why all of them are inherited from a class for the use of for the means of how to say reusability. So all of these are inherited from one Android class, which is called the view class. Okay, which is called the view class for reusability. So this one is inherited some characteristics and behaviors of the view. This button is inherited from some characteristics and behavior of the views, and the text view is inherited from some characters, some characteristics and some behaviors from this view too. So this view is going to contain the common characteristics and the common behaviors for all the kinds of views that we're going to build on our graphical user interface. Okay, and this lecture I'm going to show you only this view, and this view, the basic views only. Okay, then talking of the views or the buttons here, so we're going to explain some further things. So each of the views inside here, let's say the button, okay, each of the view here, let's say the button, okay, let's say this button, okay, this button, it is an object of, okay, it is an object of, this button is an object of the button class. Okay, and for each of the button inside our graphical user interface, normally they're going to have two kinds of properties. The first kind of properties is its own properties. Okay, examples of its own properties, like like this one, it takes like press me, okay, or its background color is yellow. Okay, let's say the text is press me is its own properties. Okay, the text field is press me. Okay, so text field is press me, it's its own properties. And is another one is its background colors is yellow. Okay, this is the one, background colors is yellow. Okay, but besides that, it has also need to have some properties. Okay, about the position, of the button. Why is it in the middle? How does Android know that you would like this button to stay in the center of the screen or somewhere on the screen? Okay, somewhere on the screen. And this kind of things is called, this kind of parameters is called layout parameters. Layout parameters. Okay, layout parameters. Okay, it's belonging to layout parameters, and the layout parameters is going to be of two kinds. Okay, layout parameters are parameters for the layout, and this layout is in charge of two things. Okay, the first thing is in charge of the arrangement. Okay, arrangement of its child view. Okay, of its child views. Or this one is about position of the child views. Okay, in charge of the position. Now just talk about the child views later. About position. Okay, it's in charge of position of this one. Okay, and its layout parameters is also in charge of the size. Okay, so how is this one, this large, and why is this one, this large? Okay, why is this one this large, and why is this one only this large? Can we make this one, large as its parent width here? Okay, so on and so forth. So it's gonna be the size of, okay, the size of the, it's belonging to the size of the components, and this size may be including two other properties, which is the width, okay, the width and the height. Okay, the width and the height of the components. Okay, the width and the height of the components. You see, so so if this kind of properties is belonging to its own properties, okay, and the other properties is about position or size, about the width and the height, is belonging to layout parameters or parameters which determines the position and the size of the components within the activity. So there is one more kind of view components which that we're going to learn about. This one is called the this one is called the this one it is called the layout manager. This one, okay, this one is called the layout manager. I'm going to drag this one in a little bit. Yep. Okay, this kind of layout manager is not visible component. Okay, so let me see the eraser. This one is not the visible component. Okay, that's why I'm creating the dash line here. It is not the visible component. Okay, it is an object but not the visible component. This layout is not a visible component. Okay, so this one is this layout thing is belonging to a Java class. That Java class is called the kind of view group class. Okay, view group class. What is this view group class? View group class is actually kinds of container which is used to contain other components within it. Let's say this container, okay, is containing the edit text here, containing the button here, and containing the welcome message here, okay, inside it. Okay, and this container is normally in forms of layout managers, okay, in forms of layout managers. And we're going to learn several kinds of layout managers. Let's say we're going to learn about relative layout. Okay, you're going to learn frame layout. You're learn table layout. You're gonna learn linear layout. You'll learn grid layout, so on and so forth. Many more kinds of layout that you're going to learn in later on. Okay, later on. So and actually view group is also, it is an extension of the view as well. It's also an extension of the view class. Okay, it's one kind of view, but its job is to contain other views inside it. So and it's also many of our layout managers are inherited from this view group. So what's the job of the layout manager? Of course, to contain the other views inside it. And when it contains the other views inside it, it is in charge of two things. Okay, first thing is the arrangement of child views inside it. So it's actually in charge of positions, okay, of the child views inside it. Also, it's in charge of is in charge of the size of the components of the child views. Okay, side of the child views. That one is a job of the layout manager. Okay, and you'll see that's why each of the child components here is having the layout parameters. Okay, is having the layout parameters, and this layout parameters is about the position of the control and the size of the control here. That one is the properties of their, see, is the properties of their, is the job for the layout to determine the layout. The layout parameters is about the arrangement of the child view and the size of the child view, or position the size of the child view, or helping the layout manager to determine the position and the size of their child view. Okay, that one is about mm, mm, uh, uh, layout manager. In the next videos, I'm going to create Java application, sorry, an Android application in order to demonstrate about this. And there is another term that I need to use. So I need to explain is very often we use view. Okay, it also means some controls. some people say it's some controls, some other people say it's components, and especially Android they call them as widgets. So they are just some terms, some terminologies for the control that are being used. Okay, being used. And we'll see in next video.